Over the years, you've heard me many times talk to you regarding various issues, whether it was a class assembly, National Honor Society induction, club recognition, or if it was regarding a serious tragedy in this nation which seems to occur far too often. What seems to mystify many is how I end many of my announcements. Love you.
You are truly a part of the fabric of Carmel High School and the Carmel community in general. I can't thank you enough for the friendship and the kindness and the guidance that you have shown me for the almost 12 years since the day I came to Carmel, and I could not appreciate that more.
Things that stand out the most to me is your integrity and the way that you stand up for students and your beliefs in them does not go unnoticed. It is something to aspire to be like.
So what I'm going to miss most about Lou is that when Lou has an infectious laugh, he begins to cackle extremely loud, fall back in his chair, and then when he reappears again, he's crying so loud. Lou, I'm never going to forget that. I'm going to miss you.
The biggest thing that I will miss about Lou is his friendship. Over the past 6 years, he's been a wonderful friend who has supported me throughout the time that I've been here. He's supported me professionally. He's supported me in my own personal life. He has always visited me when I had my 2 children. He's been there for me through every step of being in this district and through parenthood and just being a friend. And I will absolutely miss him every single day that I don't see him in these hallways. And usually you hear Lou before you see Lou. That's our phrase. And I just love him and I wish him the best of luck.
Before he was even principal, he would come into my room and just check out what the kids were doing artwork-wise. I was just coming to see how I was doing. And that was before he was principal, before he was paid to care. So if that tells you anything about Lou, is he was caring before he was paid to care.
As I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I feel that Mr. Riolo has not only made myself as a colleague and a friend feel accepted here at Carmel and supported, he has been amazing for our student body. We will miss him tremendously.
All right, so I was hired here at Carmel High School in like April of 1998, and actually Mr. Riolo was one of the first people that I met on my way out of the interview when I accepted the job. Part of the interview they'd asked me if I'd be willing to coach anything. I said of course I would love to, and Lou on the spot hired me as the JV boys basketball coach. The funny part of the story is I didn't know I'd be replacing his dad, who was the JV coach, and Lou's father, even to this day, every time I see him, reminds me of the fact that I'm the guy that got him fired.
We used to have teachers do some of the roles in the musicals, and Euro the Turtle is supposed to be a bald guy, so we asked Lou, like, hey Lou, would you like to be in the musical? You know, Brian, I've only been on the basketball court in Carmel High School. I've never been on the stage. It's my first time ever. And he'll play the role of Euro the Turtle. And he goes, did you pick me just because I'm bald? And we said, yes.
Great leaders set direction, build an inspiring vision, and give others a chance to grow and succeed. When I think of great leaders, I think of you, Kevin Carroll, and I miss you.
This is for Mr. Riolo.
Oh, really? When I think of great leaders, I think of Mr. Riolo. I'll miss you. I think you lead an amazing high school here, and you've done a great job with the kids, as evidenced by our little protein party that we had in class that you were observing, and you even took a minute to put on a hat and join our party. And I think that'll be a special moment for all of my students to remember. I will always remember.
Thank you for all the years of advice and help and being a great administrator. And I know you and I both have gone through a lot in the last year or two with both of us dealing with cancer. And I just want to say thank you very much and we love you.
We had a few things that we wanted to share before you left us. When I was reflecting on our time together, I was thinking about when we had our first period prep, the Breakfast Club, with Jeff Mann and Paul Brennan before we had children, and Heidi Carr. And you and Heidi would spend a lot of time discussing the difficulties of having children. And Jeff Mann and his book on how to live the perfect life had a lot of recommendations for you guys on how to raise your children. And we now get that we were wrong and know nothing. And clearly you and Heidi had it down. So thank you for that.
You aren't even going to recognize this place anymore. And while you love to say that and remind us of that, it's true. Carmel will be a completely different place without you, and we miss you already. So don't be a stranger.
Lou, I just want to say I appreciate our short time together. I appreciate you helping me grow the film program and for even letting me borrow your son on some of the video shoots that we did. And thanks for always having my back, even when the jail called to say that we were flying a drone over there by mistake.
Lou is the best of people, always putting others first, and for me is a father figure and someone I've always looked up to. So Lou, thank you for all your years of service here. Thank you for everything you've done for this community. And buddy, you're not welcome back once you leave. Once you walk out that door and walk out of my life, I never want you back.
And in the hallways, he's always saying hi to students who know him and respect him and know that he cares about him. So I'm going to miss that. I'm also thankful, though, that I will not be called Mr. Riolo every day.
I always will admire you for the way you cheered loudest for our kids no matter what, no matter who they were. You always put the kids first, and they always felt that love. I'll miss the times hanging out with you at the Armory, watching your kid run, and you being divided with your loyalties.
Lou, we wish you the best. You've been a great administrator. It's been awesome having you help our program grow in technology. You've been a really good asset to improving our program. You just can't say enough. We're very sad to see you go. We think you made a great decision and wish you the best.
Lou, thank you so much for, I don't even know how many years of just being the encourager around here, of being happy, of being constantly all over the place, pretty much. We love your enthusiasm, and I'm mostly gonna miss your just popping in the office to say, how's everything, and you know what I need you to do for me. So I'm praying for you, and I will always be praying for you and your kids.
You go to every single musical, every single drama club production, all the sporting events. You do a lot for this school, a lot for us, and again, we just want to say, we love you, we're gonna miss you.
I remember when kids that weren't sitting in their chairs in the library, you just went up to them and hugged them, and I thought that was so funny and sweet, and we're gonna miss you so much.
I pulled into the circle before school, and I got out of the car, and you screamed from across the circle that I did a great job, and that made my day.
My memory about you is you're very nice, and I like their handshake, and you mean a lot to me.
You're the best principal ever.
Lou, you are one of the most caring and honest people I know. I've known you since 1997 when I was a 14-year-old kid at Carmel High School. I've known you as a teacher, a coach, and a colleague. You have always done your best to create Carmel High School as an environment where kids and staff can feel successful. Much of the work that we do here is inspired by you, and like your hair, you are irreplaceable.
So I first met Lou in the fall of 1994 when I was a freshman here. My introduction to him was as I was eating lunch in the cafeteria. He tackled two fighting seniors onto the lunch table where I was and spilled my lunch all over the place. So for me, Lou Riolo is comparable to Casey Hall or the Circle or the gym here at Carmel High School. He just always has been, and I thought he always would be. We're gonna miss him, and we wish him luck, and it's not gonna be the same without him.
My first memory of Mr. Riolo goes back to when I was a freshman here at Carmel High School. I was in the cafeteria, it was maybe sophomore, junior year.
Yeah, I remember one time, this one kid cut the class. Somebody came, gave Riolo the inside scoop, you know, so he got us all up, went down to the cafeteria.
And all of a sudden this guy burst through the cafeteria.
Stands up on a chair in front of like 200 kids, starts lecturing this one student that's cut his class why he should be in class.
The kid stood up from the table that he was at and was escorted out of the cafeteria.
Humiliating, everybody's laughing. It was like free entertainment. If you saw Riolo going down the hall and there was like 30 kids behind him, you knew you were gonna get a free show. Like, just follow, because it's gonna be good.
He was my coach, and we were on a bus ride home, I think it was from Mayapack, and there was somebody walking along the street, and I yelled out, "Oh, you're a winner." And Riolo yells, "Man,
get over here. Why are you yelling at that person? I said, I don't know, they're walking in the middle of the street at 9 p.m. He goes, well, they could be going to a second job, they could be going to see their kids, they could be doing anything. Don't ever think you're better than anybody. It's just sort of advice that's always stuck with me, a lesson told me when I was 15, 16 years old.
Hey Lou, congratulations. I just wanted to say, as a former student, I got to see you as a teacher, and it's been my pleasure to get to work with you as a colleague, as a co-worker. And I wish you nothing but the best in the next chapter of your life.
Good luck with your new job, Mr. Riolo. We'll miss you very much.
I miss you, Mr. Riolo. When I ruffle your hair and I'll be your friend, I miss you. Love, your friend, Kayla.
I think Mr. Riolo is a great principal. Anytime I see him in the hallways, he's always saying hi to the students.
Mr. Riolo. High school was a dark time for me. I was getting bullied by girls that I thought were my best friends. I was getting rumors spread about me from the guy that I liked, and I was getting isolated from teams and student organizations. Through that time, though, you were there. Your office became my sanctuary, my safe space to go to when I was facing these hard times. You taught me that small-minded people make small-minded comments, and those people are always looking for reasons to rip you off your podium. I just want to say thank you for being that light during one of my darkest times in life. I carry the lessons that you taught me throughout everything that I do today. Carmel High School will severely miss you, but I know you're going to do great in your new journey.
We love you.
Love you.
Love you. I love you.
Love you.
We love you. Love you, Mr. Riolo.
We love you.
I love you.
We love you, Mr. Riolo. We love you. Love you. We love you.
We love you, Mr. Riolo.
Love you, man.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
We love you, Lou.
Love ya.
Love you.
I love you, Lou.
We love you.
Love you.
And know that you always have a home here.
Hello, Lewis. I was asked to share a story about you, one that reflects your character, who you are as a person. And I thought about the time that I walked into this building, 21 years old, just off of spring break, and I came in and knocked the interview out of the ballpark. And I went to leave, and when I went to leave, you literally chased me into the parking lot. And you said, "Please don't leave, Paul. You are the greatest thing I've ever seen in education. You, sir, are the triple threat. Funny, intelligent, good-looking. And I feel like you could change this school in ways that I couldn't." I share this story because it shows your great affinity for me and your unbelievable ability to scout young talent in the educational field.